Okay, welcome. Oh my Lord. My friends, it has been just a whirlwind the last few days. It's just been nonstop something. It's just been endless. So we'll get right into it. Welcome. My name is Darryle. Welcome to our channel. We are two gringos on the Gulf, but today, like always, you're just with me, the one gringo, Pepe, Darryle. If you're in the chat, let me know how the volume is. I've checked all my settings and it all should be good. So if it isn't, let me know. Hopefully it's all good. So appreciate you hopping on. I got to go grab a quick glass of water. So hold on 1 second. Sorry for being late. I was in a Zoom meeting with my dear friend Mandy and a group of Canucks. So she has this Facebook group. It is called Escape Canada, I believe. I believe that's what it's called. Where did she send me that? Yeah, it's Escape Canada, I do believe. So, the volume is good. Hey, thanks, bro. Thanks for hopping on. Appreciate the volume update. You're my man. Perfect. That's the kind of my brother, Lynn. Thank you. You're the kind of helper I need for when I start these live streams. Kate, does the volume work? Does the sound work? I've checked all my settings. Everything says it works, but does it actually work? So, you're just blind unless somebody tells you. So good. So yeah, she has a Facebook channel called or a Facebook page called Escape Canada, I believe it is. Let me double check. Escape from Canada. So if you want to check it out, that you can just go to groups. If you're on Facebook, if you don't use FaceCrack, well, can't help you out. But a lot of people are on Facebook. So, and I'm on Facebook to communicate with my friends and family more than anything, because it is a great way. It's a great tool to communicate with friends and family. So she has this Facebook group. It's called Escape from Canada. So if you want to check it out, you can join the group. You're more than welcome to. So it's, I'll show you. Probably can't see it very well because of the glare. Let me put it, angle it like this. So I can see it good on my screen. So it's going to be reversed, but it's got handcuffs and then the Canadian flag. So open handcuffs. So not closed. So there you go. Escape Canada. Escape from Canada. So if you want to join, there's 3,000 members, over 3,000. So it's a fairly big group for Canadian standards. So we just had a Zoom call with some members from there. So very, very cool. It was interesting. People from all over. It wasn't just people in Mexico. Like it was people from there. I can't even remember. I just was on the call a few minutes ago, but not everybody was from Mexico. A lot of people joined in from Canada, and there was people living in Panama that were in chat, and another very nice fella. I can't remember his name already. Terrible. I did subscribe to his YouTube channel, though, so I can tell you that. It's 49 to 0. So it's the number 49 and then 2, as in to go, and then 0. So he's a Canuck, and he moved to, I want to say Ecuador, maybe Ecuador. So 49 to 0. You can check out his channel if you want. I can, you know what? After the video is the live stream is done, I'm gonna drop it in the chat, so you can check it out in there. So if you're logging on after, you can if you want to check out his channel, 49 to 0. Seems a very nice guy. He's just getting going on his YouTube channel, and I believe he did say Ecuador, so he's living in another country, and he took the plunge. I do remember some of his story. He's sold everything he owned, like what we did, and he doesn't have a lot of money, and he saw the market for his house was a pretty good value right after COVID, so he wanted to cash in on that, and he retired early at 58, and he took the plunge, and he left Canada, sold his home, and booked her, got out of there, and just figured he would take his savings, his little nest egg that he had from selling his house. I would imagine his home was paid for, so where ours wasn't, so we didn't really get that. We had a little nest egg. I think his was a little bit bigger, but he didn't have a job, so we came here with a job. He went there with no job, so so anyway, he's making a go of it there. I didn't catch how long he's been there for, but we'll drop his channel anyway, and we'll watch it together because I haven't even logged on to it at all, so we can check out his journey there as time goes. Seems like a nice young fella, same age as me, a year younger than I am, I do believe. Well, he's my age, 58. So when he left Canada, so lucky him, good for him. That's awesome. Yeah, and that's kind of what Mandy's page is about. Just people that want to get out of Canada, escape Canada. So not everybody does. I mean, a lot of people love Canada. I mean, I still consider Canada home. I still consider myself a Canadian citizen. I didn't denounce my citizenship. I'm still a Canadian citizen. And I mean, Canada is it's a beautiful country. It is. It's absolutely beautiful. The government's not so beautiful, so, but Canada itself, the country is beautiful. So, and there's a lot of people in Canada and the US and all around the world. A lot of people are struggling mentally and physically, and a lot of people are struggling mentally. Is a big thing. So, it's kind of a lot of the talk was like about that, and just making real connections with real people, like-minded people. And that's what her group is about, the Escape Canada group. So even if you're not a Canadian, you're more than welcome to join that group. If you want to escape whatever country you're living in, and we can't run away from our problems, and there's no escaping the world madness, really, but I think we can put ourselves in a better place where, you know, physically and mentally your mindset is better, and wherever that may be. Like for some people, it might be in the mountains. For some people, it might be in the snow. Wherever it may be, just get in that happy place, right? So find that happy place where you're going to be happy, and try to work to go there. It doesn't necessarily have to be Mexico. It could be anywhere. Everyone's got their own ideas for happiness. Whatever makes you happy. And yeah, so that's what her group is about. And she said, she was saying during COVID, she used to do a lot of Zoom calls, a lot, and quite regularly, and they're big groups of people. But she's been so busy with work and everything now. But she wants to get back into that because I think the call tonight really ignited her passion to connect with people again. So she's a hard worker. I think she's working her fingers to the bone, and yeah, I think it ignited anyway her passion to reconnect with people. So we're gonna do the Zoom call every same time. It was 7 o'clock tonight. We started it, so and it went just about 2 hours. So there was 10 or 12 people on there. Not everybody was yakking. I couldn't get my microphone to work. We're using Zoom, and I don't know, my microphone wasn't working, my camera wasn't working. I was using my phone when I first started. Like, okay, nothing's working. It's telling me to go into my settings to activate my camera, and I'm just like, what? I haven't used Zoom forever. So Jennifer had to help me. I ended up using my laptop, but I got in after about 20 minutes, a half hour after it had started. So and there was one point my camera was working, but my microphone wasn't working. I'm like, what the heck now? So I just unplugged my little device here for the cordless microphone and plugged it back in, and voila, I had a microphone. I was live. So, it was a good call though. Now, welcome from Calgary, Cowtown. Thanks for hopping on. We moved here from Edmonton, Alberta. So we know Cowtown, Jugstar. No, we're never gonna buy a place, but we're gonna settle. We've settled now. That's it. We're done. We are settled here in Puerto Morelos. We're not moving unless we leave the country and go to Southeast Asia. So until we move to Southeast Asia, we're staying here. So we signed a year lease. if all goes well, we're going to sign. If the landlord will have us, we're going to sign another year lease and stay here for a couple of years, and then we'll go from there. So our plan is now to stay here for 2 years. So, and after that, I don't know. Hopefully, we go to Southeast Asia, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. That's kind of what I want to do. But no, we're not going to pack up our car anymore and travel around Mexico. We're still going to travel around Mexico, but we're not going to move from this area. We love it here. We love this house. We love the neighborhood. We love the community, the town, the people, the food. We love everything about Puerto Morelos. So, it's not perfect, of course, right? There's bad people everywhere. So we bought this trike, and I posted a picture of my trike. I went to the beach this morning. So I woke up early this morning. I don't know why. God only knows why. I was up at 6 o'clock in the morning. It was after midnight when I went to bed. So I have no idea why I was up at 6. I have been meaning to go to the beach for sunrise, and I went live down there. So you haven't seen that live stream, you can go back and check that out after you're done with this video. I went live down at the beach and did a sunrise live stream down there. So I went down there with the trike. We bought this 3-wheeler trike, and our plan is to rent out this trike because there's a lot of expats in this community, and we're at the edge of town, and there's really nothing close by. And I thought for people with mobility issues, I wanted to have a little bit of freedom. Snowbirds that, they don't want to buy a car, they don't want to buy a bike, and people that don't want to ride a bike or a scooter, and they don't have money for a taxi, or they just want freedom. They don't want to rely on a taxi all the time, stand outside, phone a taxi, or hop on a bus, right? Just people that want a little bit of mobility, want some freedom. We thought we'd buy this scooter. It was 20,000 pesos, which is about $1,600 Canadian. So it's electric trike. So it's almost like a mobility scooter. It's electric trike and brand new. So we bought this for 20,000 pesos, and we're going to rent it out. That's our plan, is to rent out this trike. And if we make money, we'll buy another one. If we make money, we'll buy a couple of e-bikes. So smaller than the ones that we have. So maybe just have a small little rental business just to make a little bit of taco money. So I think it'll go over well. So we got it right from the higher power, Jennifer did, to do this. So it was his idea. So God be with us. So we just Jen's like, let's just go for it. So we did. We bought it, and so I drove to the beach anyway. I was going somewhere with this story. So I was like a squirrel here. So I drove to the beach and I did my live stream, and it was so beautiful. And I had the little trike. So there's this little ramp, like it's all pavement. It's a paved ramp for the tractor, for trucks, whatever, to back down there and unload their gear and put stuff onto the beach, right? Go to their fishing, bring their tackle and whatnot, the guys that have the boats down there. And the tractor that drives on the beach, the diesel tractor that drives on the beach with the rake and picks up all the sargassum. So anyway, I take a picture of my trike with the sunset, looked beautiful, or sunrise. And I posted it in Puerto Morelos group, and 2 people were like, they hated it. They were angry that I posted this picture. And then this one woman commented, "Oh my God, great. Now every idiot is going to be driving those things all over the beach." Like, what? Sorry. It's an electric trike and I'm not driving it. It's a picture of it being on the ramp, on the concrete. And another person, "Oh, well, you're going to drip fluid onto the sand and blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, well, for one thing, I'm not driving it on the beach. It's parked on the pavement, but it does kind of look like you can clearly see if you look at the picture that it is parked on the pavement. But I'm not driving it. It's just parked there. It's electric and it's brand new. There's no fluids dripping off of it, anyway, a couple people lost their minds over this picture, and I'm just like, oh my God, people have gone batshit crazy over this electric trike being on the beach. Meanwhile, a diesel tractor just drove past me while I was there. You can see it in my live stream going up and down the beach with his diesel engine, and they're losing their marbles over my electric trike. It's like, oh my God, God help me, please. I ended up, people were chiming in, everyone said they liked the picture, but there's 2 people that hated it, and then a couple people commented that were like, oh my God, that thing. I took it off. I deleted the picture. I'm like, I don't need this in my life. I don't need it. I deleted the picture from that group. It's a pretty cool photograph. That is really beautiful. I showed it to the guy that bought the trike off. He goes, "Oh, is that AI?" He thought it was an AI picture. I'm like, "No, I took it at the beach this morning." It looks amazing though. But it also, the angle I took the picture at, like I ducked down low and took the photograph, and it was kind of up close to the trike. So you got a nice spread of the beach, the sunrise, and then the little trike is off to the side, and it looks big. It does. It makes it look big, but it's not. I mean, it holds two people. You know, it's not much bigger than a mobility scooter, right? So that's basically what it is. So anyway, I deleted the photograph off of that group. I have it on my Facebook. So anyway, we'll get Mandy's group posted on the community page. So I'll post Mandy's Facebook group on the community page for us lazy people that don't want to look for it. And you can just, oh, there it is. Darryle said he's put it there, and I just click on the link. Oh, boom, I'm there. So I'll do that for us lazy people. I just want to click on the link. And then, so that'll be in the community page after I'm done this live stream. And the 49 to 0 fella there, his YouTube channel will be in the chat box. So, no, we did have health insurance when we first got here. That was another one of the topics that we were talking about on the call there, the Zoom call that we were doing. We covered quite a bit on there. So we did have health insurance for a couple of years, and we weren't using it. So we opted out not to keep it, to renew it a third year, because it's not cheap, you know. And we had the basic coverage because it's not cheap, and we're not wealthy. So now what we do is we just take that money and we just set it aside for emergencies, which is really all our health insurance was anyway, was for emergencies. So if I had a heart attack or whatever, you know, or heaven forbid had a car crash or whatever, right? Like emergencies, that's really all it was for. So little things here are not expensive to go to the hospital. You know, you can go to the private or public hospital, you know, and small things are not expensive. So no, we don't have insurance, but I feel we're both young enough and healthy enough. Jennifer and I, you know, we don't have no underlying health issues right now, knock on wood. We don't take any medication. Neither one of us are on any pills. We don't take pills. We don't, you know, we're not drinkers. We're not drug addicts. So, you know, we lead a pretty healthy lifestyle, I think. It could be healthier, but we're doing the best we can. So I feel that, yeah, we were just paying into this health insurance for no reason. So instead, we just take that money and put it aside. And Jen does. Whatever we were paying into health insurance before, she puts that money aside every month and has a separate little bank account for that. So for emergencies, and God forbid, hopefully we never need it. So guys, just give me honestly, just give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna go grab some water and some ice. Sorry. I'm pretty parched doing that call, and I drank all my water. And I just wanted to get this live stream up. I'm already an hour late, so which is good for you people out in Canada. So it's a little bit later for you guys. So it's actually 9:18 here p.m. right now. So I'll be like 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Keep my microphone on. You should be able to hear me pretty good, I think. So works every other time. Jennifer's slaving away over here. I got dishes to do yet. Oh my God, I still have supper dishes, and grab some water here. So we have one of these little electric rechargeable water pumps that goes in the blue garrafons, the water jugs, and that's our drinking water, right? So, and then we make the ice with that same water from the garrafon jugs. We get them delivered. That's what they're called here. The 20-liter blue jugs that you get, they have them back home in Canada. We were buying them before I couldn't stand the water in Edmonton. There was just so much chlorine. So we were buying bottled water before we moved here, because the water in Edmonton is just terrible. It tasted like I was drinking a swimming pool. So I didn't like it. Actually, I don't. I prefer the mezcal is the all the rave now. Not so much tequila. It's mezcal. Tequila is the poor man's drink now. It used to be the other way around, but now tequila is a poor man's drink, and I don't mind a little bit of tequila once in a while. I mean, I said we're not big drinkers. We will have a drink. I mean, we're not dead. We will have the odd occasional drink. So we don't mind. Jen, not so much, but she will have a beer now and then. I like a good cold beer too in a glass bottle. My favorite beer here is the Modelo Especial. I really like the Modelo Especial. Bohemia is another good one too. But hey, my memories. Thank you so much for hopping on. Christopher, thank you for hopping on. Jerkstar 1, Jerkstar 1, and then Sean, welcome. Thanks, guys, for hopping on, and girls, truly appreciate it. Christopher, what are you saying over there? I wonder if those electric carts. I have a governor. Yeah, so I discovered that this thing here only is going like the speedometer says it's going 41 kilometers an hour. It's rated for 35, so I was pretty happy it was going 41, but it's not going 41. It's only going like 25 kilometers an hour, so it's pretty slow. And I phoned the guy today. Well, I messaged him on WhatsApp, and he's going to come down and fix it. So I said, hey, I don't mind if it's, if you can at least get it to go 30, but it's listed for 35. So I know they've done something to it to make it go slow, and the speedometer is like way off. The speedometer says I'm going 41. And I used the GPS on my phone. So what happened today, just some cables had fallen down. The guy didn't, when he put it together, they were in a bit of a rush. So I'll tell you the whole story about buying this thing here. So we go down there, Jen's like, let's just go all in. Let's pick the color. We bought it. Okay. They put it together, roll it out. We go back. We go home, come back, roll it out. Jen's working. I go down to pick it up. The reverse isn't working. I'm like, okay, well, he monkeyed around with it. And then I looked, I said, well, you got a gray one over there. I don't care what color it is. That was not built yet. They still have to put it together. I'll take the gray one. If you can't get the green one working, build the gray one. I'll come back. And how long it takes to put it together? I said, I'll come back tomorrow. He goes, no, we'll have it together tonight because they work late. They don't open till noon. So it's a late business. They open till noon and they're open till 8 o'clock at night. So, okay. So I was going to pick the one I picked was gray, and I had a verde one, a green one. So I'll take the verde one, the green one. It's more Mexicana anyway. It's verde. I think he kind of laughs. Like, okay, so I go back, pick up that one. Perfect, worked great, awesome. Get on it, me and gentlemen. Wow, this thing rips. Or I fly home. I'm like, wow, by myself. I'm like, wow, this thing rips. 41 kilometers an hour. Told me it was only 35. I was very happy, but it didn't feel like it was 41 because my bike does 40 kilometers an hour, my e-bike, and that can be changed too to go faster, but I'm not going to do that. 40 is fast enough. But anyways, I felt that it was not right. It didn't feel like I was going 40 kilometers an hour. So I just kind of left it. Whatever. It's new, right? So how can it be off, right? No. So I'm let a friend drive it. He drove it around. They tried it out. I drove it around. Me and Jen got on it. We took it for a rip. And wow, this thing, I thought, well, maybe if Jen's on it, it's going to go 35. No, it still goes 41 with both of us on it. So it says, oh, well, that's pretty good. We're both on it. It's going, didn't lose any speed at all. I'm like, wow, yahoo. So, and then today I noticed there were some cables hanging down, dropped down just for the lights, the tail lights. It's got tail lights on the back bumper. I'm like, oh, okay, well, this isn't normal. So I messaged, okay. And the guy that owns the shop, he lives in this gated community, a young fella from Mexico City. He lives here in this gated community. So he's like, well, I'll stop by and fix it. So I'm like, okay, on my way to work at 12. Like, okay. So he's like, well, if I can't fix it, you got to bring it to the shop anyway. So, and it's after 12. I'm like, are you coming to fix it now? Or should I just come to the shop? Well, I'll just come to the shop. Okay. So I go to the shop, they fix it. And there was a couple there, French Canadians from Quebec, older couple, older than me, big guy. Wife was tiny. He was a big guy. and they were getting on another electric trike, but a bigger one. And I didn't know that they had the same one as me. And so I was like, well, how fast does this one go? They were actually trading up to a bigger one. He goes, well, this one supposedly goes 50. I'm like, oh, well, mine goes 40. He goes, no, it doesn't. I go, well, it says it goes 40. He goes, yeah, but it doesn't. I was like, yeah, okay. And then when I was going there, I passed this lady riding a bike, and I look at my mirror and I'm like, okay, she's like right on my ass. Like, there's no way I'm going 40. Like, she's not pedaling 40 kilometers an hour. And I look and she's like right behind me, and I'm like, okay, this is not, doesn't seem right. So he was totally right. So when I get on it, I drive it home and I'm like 25 kilometers an hour. It says I'm going, and the speedometer says I'm going 41. So that's like a huge difference in speed. So I told him, like, either fix the speedometer so it reads correctly, or make the damn thing go faster like it's supposed to. One of the two, or both. Make the speedometer correct, right? So when I was talking to the French couple there, he was saying, his wife was saying, yeah, we had the same one as you over there, but we're trading up because our son come to visit, and they both got on it, and it was, it was so slow. Their son was a big guy too. I'm not very big, right? Like, this guy's over probably 220, 200. He was tall guy, and big guy, like over 200 pounds easy. And so 400 pounds on this thing, and they're only rated for 200 kg anyway. So they upgraded to a bigger model anyway. So one with a seats 4 people comfortably. Mine only, or three people. Mine only seats 2. So anyway, he's the one that told me that, yeah, it doesn't go 40. And I'm like, he was like, GPS it when you go. And I'm like, yeah, I am going to. So, and I, like I say, I kind of suspected anyway. So, but we just got it, right? It's only a few days old. So, okay, let's go to the comments here. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm gonna jump back. I'm not gonna go all the way back, but we'll jump back a little ways here. Yeah, they do totally have a governor, because I know my e-bike has a governor. Totally. Yeah, I read online. You can jailbreak it, or whatever you want to say, and you can change the speed of it to go faster, which I'm not going to do anyway. So, I mean, and then you're gonna give up battery life too, right? So if you make it go faster, you're gonna give up battery life. So you're gonna take a fine balance, right? But I want to be able to go faster than 25 kilometers an hour. Like, I'm a hazard on the road at that little low speed. And he says to me when I bought it, he goes, "Oh, just keep it in 1 or 2 till you get used to it." And I'm like, "What? No, it's going right to 3, the fastest speed it'll go." And I'll take off. Don't worry, I've driven bikes before. I'll be okay. Little wheel electric bike, 1 or 2, he said. Good gravy. The kid can walk faster than the darn thing in that gears. Okay, so we're not going to go back as far as the health insurance, or the because we talked about that and where you live in Mexico. So we're in Puerto Morelos, and the health insurance I explained that. So we're going to go back any further than that. And then tequila and beer. So we'll just got off from here from Chris's comment there. My memories: Stony Creek, Ontario. Sorry, Stony Plain. So thinking of Alberta. Sorry. So Stony Creek. I'll just hop through quickly with the comments here. Yeah, that was one of the biggest things, was holding people back is finances, right? That I hear the most. And then another one is missing family, like people with kids, and grandkids. It's a big issue, right? So we don't have that. We don't have kids. We don't have grandkids. Obviously, I got family, but no kids or grandkids. So I tell my family, if they want to see me, they're gonna have to come here now, because I'm done going back there, I think. So, and yeah, we're not. I retired when we moved here because Jennifer's working online, and then Jennifer was out of work for a while there, so we were getting. No, not panicky, but she was without work for a little while. Like she took some time off to move, and she thought it'd be easier to find a job, go back to work, and it wasn't as easy as what we thought. So thankfully, she was able to get back working again. But she wanted to take some time off anyway, and I told her, take a couple months off. She hasn't hardly had any time off in the 4 years we've been here. So her contract was done, and yeah, she took some time off, and then started looking for work, and was like, huh, okay, well, getting a lot of no's here. A lot of no's. So, and then she did have a couple, but nothing that was really worth taking. And then there's so many scams out there, right? So you don't know, what's real and what's not anymore. There's just so many scams. So anyway, luckily she got hired for a company in British Columbia. So I mean, it's moving here was scary. It totally was. Like, to sell, even with a job, like knowing you have a job when you come here, it's still, you don't. We didn't know the language very well at all. Me, not at all. Like hola, buenos dias, cerveza, baño. That was it. The basics, right? Por favor. That was about all I knew, right? So, and Jennifer knew a little bit more because she lived in Guadalajara for a while, and she picked it up rather fairly quickly anyway, a lot quicker than me. So it started to come back to her after living in the Yucatan for a few years. She really felt an improvement when we left the Yucatan and went over to Veracruz, because each state they talk differently, right? And she had a hard time understanding some of the Yucatecans. And then when we got to Veracruz, she was able to understand people a lot better. So, and she can understand it pretty well. She struggles with the pronunciation still, but she's doing really good. I'm very proud of her. She's done very well. And yeah, so it's, yeah, the first 6 months were really hard. There wasn't, I'm not going to tell you it was easy, because it wasn't. The first 6 months were hard without a car and buying a car, and everything's all in Spanish, and you don't read it, you don't speak it. And we hired people, and we probably got took a little bit a couple of times, right? Yeah, it was not easy. It wasn't for the first 6 months, but as time went on, like everything, as time went on, it got easier, right? You know, we found our groove, and made some friends, and that helped us out a great deal. Some local friends, Jorge and Jessica, they were a godsend to us when we first moved here. They helped us out immensely, and just out of the kindness of their heart. So we're very, very, very grateful to them for sure. But yeah, it's been worth it though. It's been rewarding. It surely was not easy, and even still today, we have, I'm still learning today. Today, I am still learning. Hey, Cam Fam, thanks for hopping on. And I hear that from a lot of people. We've been here over 4 years, and I'm still learning stuff. Never mind, like not just learning the language, but learning the culture and how things are done. And oh, I didn't know that, or whatever, right? There's always something, that you're not aware of. So it's a learning process for sure. And every day, pretty much every day, I'm learning something new here. So, but it's definitely been worth it, and it's been an adventure. I'll tell you, it really has. It's been one hell of an adventure. And we have a lot of bad days, and we have a lot of good days, but the good days outweigh the bad days, right? So that's the main thing. So, but yeah, every day is not rainbows and lollipops. It isn't. Absolutely not. And I don't think anywhere will be. So it doesn't matter where you live. Every day is not rainbow and lollipops. It doesn't matter where you live. You know, so there's always something going on or whatever. I try not to follow the political landscape too terribly much, but it's so hard not to nowadays when you're bombarded with it at everywhere you look and turn, and people are talking about it. And it's really hard to escape that negativity. That's why it's hard on your mental health, that type of stuff all the time, when you're being subjected to that just nonstop. Just every device you turn on, it's just blah blah. It's just the same crap over and over and over again. It's the same from everybody just spewing the same crap, hate division, and, trying to, convince you one thing or another, whatever, right? Everyone's got their own ideas. But yeah, I really try to block a lot of it out. I don't want to put my head in the sand by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't want to be bombarded by the political landscape and just the negativity in general. Just so much negativity and people are so quick to judge now and jump and come to conclusions. Assume there's people are so quick to assume. I'm just as guilty as a lot of people. I am far from innocent myself. Don't get me wrong. But it's yeah. Anyway, so life is pretty good though. I have no complaints. I'm very happy to be here, very blessed to be here, and very thankful to be here. And I couldn't ask for a better place to be. So, I say no place is perfect, right? Oh, right on. Congratulations, man. That's high five. Let me get my drum roll for that. I'll get rid of this first. Yeah, PV is not cheap. Yeah, I keep hearing that it's getting more and more expensive there. It's more than here, I believe, than the Caribbean. I believe it's more than here. I honestly believe that. I haven't been there for a long time, but I keep hearing uh, that it's expensive there from locals. Like local people are telling me that. You know. So we had those realtors that reached out to us a while ago. Um, they wanted to do real estate business in the Yucatan because they're just not making the money that they were. They're local realtors from Puerto Vallarta, a Mexican couple. They travel around to Canada. They're in a band, but they also do real estate. But they go to Canada lots every year, and they perform there. A rock band, Mexican rock band. Really cool people. I can't think of their names right now. Sorry, but anyway, they were saying that it's Puerto Vallarta is just it's unreachable for a lot of people now. Because they've driven up the cost so much there, so it's only for the rich and famous. And I think Huachuco is going that way too. We found Huachuco is super expensive, and it's becoming just for the rich and famous. So here, like you see, like if you look at my videos, what we pay for rent, it's still pretty reasonable here, and I think it's more bang for your buck because it's modern. You can get a modern home for a decent price, right? With all the amenities that you would have in the country you come from Canada, the USA, right? Like with fiber optic internet and good hospitals, good roads, you know everything you could want. you know so you go live cheap somewhere else. Well, you might be living cheap, but you're going to be possibly be giving up some amenities, right? You know, you might not have good water pressure. You might not even have hot water coming out of every tap because there's not a lot of homes that have that. They're just gravity fed, so your options are limited. The other, there's just not as many options, right? So you go to a smaller place, you go up in the mountains, the Pueblos, even in Jalapa, right? Your options are limited. It's yeah, it's not the same. So, but I mean, I don't mind, but I'm thankful to be here and have these amenities that I'm accustomed to, right? So, spoken like a arrogant gringo. But that's what makes me happy, right? Just being here with well, the Caribbean. I mean, we love the Caribbean, but I love having a home with water pressure and fiber optic internet, right? I don't know if it's being arrogant, but I just like it. So call me a bad person for it. I don't want to live in a home anymore that just is gravity fed and crappy internet, and I've done that for 4 years just about. So I'm over it. I was ready to come back over here, and I knew that we would be able to find something here that was modern for a half decent price because I was doing research. before we came here. There's other areas of Mexico that are the same, that you can have the same, modernization as what you do back home in Canada. It's not just here in Gringolandia where you're going to get this. Merida has it as well, but you're going to pay, right? It's going to be more money, right? So that's the thing. Here, there's so much availability. The availability is there's so many places to rent. Like it's astronomical how many places there is that are available, right? That are empty. And they're building constantly all the time. So there's a lot of availability here because they've been developing, Quintana Roo for years and years and years and years and years, right? They've been developing it for a long time. So there's a lot of developed areas here. So okay, so where did we leave off here? PB is not cheap, such a shame, great place. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It is beautiful there. I liked it there, but I didn't like the ocean, right? The ocean is if you go out of Puerto Vallarta, the beaches are a little bit nicer, but it's rough around there. I'm glad I went there. We were in Bucerias and Puerto Vallarta. We spent a week in Bucerias and a week in Puerto Vallarta. One time, one vacation, 2 weeks over there, two different locations. But yeah, Huachuco is absolutely amazing. I can't say enough about Huachuco, but it's also not cheap either. But it's beautiful there. It is. If you can afford it, it is beautiful. Another thing I didn't like about Huachuco is you're kind of isolated there. It's a long ways to go on could be a sketchy highway, especially even that new highway that they built. Like it's so far south. There's nothing over there. You got the closest city is Oaxaca City, and it's over 4 hour drive and through the mountains. It's a small little town. It is beautiful, but you're a long ways away. It's nice there, but you're a long ways away from everything. So teach their own, though, right? Like people live there. There's a lot of Canadians that live there full time. With snowbirds and whatnot. Going there for the year, I'm glad we did. It was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, I know. I think the food all over Mexico is fantastic. I've never been anywhere in Mexico where the food hasn't been fantastic, though. If you find a place in Mexico where you think the food in that area is crap, let me know because I haven't found it yet. Every place I go, all the places I've been on, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Oaxaca, the places I've been, just speaking from my experiences, Oaxaca's got the best food and Veracruz has the best coffee. So, and a lot of people say that, even the locals say that. So, oh, why did I miss a comment there? Yeah, we love it here, man. It's such a great little town. It still has that. Well, Mazatlan too. Is supposed to be pretty decent. Pretty decent. I like. We like it here, but Mazatlan is not. I don't see a real beach vibe there. It's the Pacific coast. It looks cold. The sand doesn't. It's not as nice. The ocean is not as nice. It's not the Caribbean. It's not. I don't. I don't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to live there. For me, anyway. Well, I'd like to go there and visit. It looks nice. It does look nice there. But we're beach people. We like to look at me. I'm a beach person. It's just dark, dark, dark. I like to rip off all my clothes and go down to the beach and be in my swimming trunks down to the beach. And Mazatlan looks a little chilly. I've seen videos. My friends are there. There's snowbirds there. So they're on some Huachuco videos. David and Laney. So they're over there. Good morning. Good morning. Well, it's almost my bedtime here, but good morning. Good morning. Take time to travel. Kaula Lumbar. Thanks for hopping on. Fully appreciate it. Not morning here though. Oh man, I'm just falling behind in these messages. No, we still have our bank account because Jennifer works for a Canadian company, so she gets paid in Canada. So we still have our ATB bank account, Alberta Treasury Branch, and we just transfer our money here. We have a Mexican bank account, obviously, so we deal with BBVA. So it's literally B as in Bob, B as in Bob, two Bobs, and then V as in Victor, and then A as in Adam. So BBVA Bank. So that's who we deal with, and they've been good to us. So we like them. We've had no problem. So we transfer. Jen looks after all that. She's the money girl. So she uses some app on her phone and she transfers it, whatever, over here to Mexico. So transfers our money. And that's another thing, with the dollar. It's when we do the budget video, you got to remember we're dealing with currency trade, right? So one week our dollar could be worth, a lot more, could be worth a lot less. So if the dollar tanks and all of a sudden our rent is now just not that our rent went up, but it went up because of the dollar went down, right? Or the peso went up, right? So now instead of us paying 1,000 pesos, now we're paying 1,100 pesos because the dollar shit the bed, right? Or the peso skyrocketed or whatever, right? So that's another thing, right? So real world problems, and here I am complaining about it like it's freaking gringo. Well, it is what it is, though. So yeah, no, we still have our bank account. Still have our bank account. Oh, cool. Thanks for hopping on, Leslie the Canadian. And we'll get to your question. Of course, I'm hoping to go to your town for a break. It's going to be my first solo trip for a long time. Cheap and safe place to stay, not a party place. I want to rest. Well, Puerto Morelos is a good place to come to rest, I think. If you're a beach person and you can afford it, I would suggest the beach side. If you're not, you can stay on the colonial side where we are. It'd be cheaper and not as touristy, and probably get a pretty decent place here. I think the community that we're in, there's pretty decent places for not a bad price, I think. So I think Puerto Morelos is a great place where we are for affordability, depending on how long you want to stay and what you like. Those two big factors. So I think you can get some pretty good deals on the beach side. If you're just going to come for a week or whatever, I think you can get some pretty good deals on the beach side. If you're coming in the off season, especially, if they lower their rates a little bit. So that's another factor when you come in, that type of thing, right? So, but this area here is definitely going to be a lot quieter and a place to rest versus anywhere over here. Cancun's party zone, Playa del Carmen party zone. This place here, the streets roll up at 8, 9 o'clock at night. It's pretty quiet, kind of like Huatuco. The streets roll up at 8, 9 o'clock at night. Well, that's another thing about Huatuco. It's pretty dead there, pretty dead in the evening. Not much of a nightlife there. I mean, there is a little bit, but not much, very little. So no, this is a great place if you're, like the Caribbean. This is a great little beach town. Still small, still got its Mexican charm. That's what drew us to this area to begin with. When we holidayed here, we stayed at El Cid here, and we walked into town. El Cid's like, I don't know, 10, 15 minute walk to the jungle on a road, obviously, but we walked into town here, and we're like, wow, what a beautiful little beach town this is. This was like in 2016, so quite a few years ago. And we just thought, what a great place this would be to retire. It's not really big, small little town, walkable, a lot of restaurants, got a lot of shops, lots of restaurants. Now there's so many. I swear, we could eat at a restaurant every night for a year between Portside and Colonial Side and not hit them all. There's so many restaurants here. It's unbelievable. But that's pretty typical in Mexico. The Mexicans love to eat out, man. They do. You go to a restaurant in the evening, and a lot of them are packed, packed. Like they're busy, busy. Like, yeah, I've never seen anything like it. So, I mean, there's millions and millions of people here, but man, yeah, they like to eat out too, for sure. They love to eat out. So yeah, that's why. Any other questions? I mean, reach out anytime. You can add us on Facebook if you want, or want to send us an email. Our email is it's in the description on our on this video. So, or you can add us on Facebook. Same, Two Gringos on the Golf. Or you can drop more questions in here. But yeah, that's I can't say a name specifically where you could stay, but I think just do your own little research in this area in Puerto Morelos. So maybe Jennifer hop on and oh, I could put it in the chat here, I think. Yeah, I can too. Oh, I didn't know I had that. Didn't even realize that was there. There you go. That's where we are. Okay, so real estate is booming there. Yeah, it is. That's what my friend Mandy does. That I did the Zoom call with there with her Facebook group there. She's a realtor here. She lives in Playa del Carmen. We were looking at places with her, but we didn't end up picking the one that she showed us. So we went with a local realtor, and she actually showed us this place. One Mandy showed us were nice, and they were cheaper, but they were small. They were apartments, condos, smaller condos. So we didn't really want to live in an apartment style building. So, but they were nice. They were beautiful, modern, cheaper than what we're paying here. But they didn't have solar. The biggest thing here for us is the solar, and we're in a standalone house. We're in a little house. You know, it's butted up against a house on both sides, but it's a very quiet neighborhood. It's not a party area. It's very quiet. Their neighbors live on this side. They're never at home. They got a car parked there, but they live in the U.S. I think, or somewhere in Mexico. It's a vacation home. The people on this side of the vacation home, their car's covered up. They got one of those battery chargers, solar battery chargers on their car because they're gone for like months and months at a time. So they're never here. And when they do come, they stay for a week and then they leave. And then the people on this side, he's always gone working. I think he works I think he might work in the USA. I'm not 100% sure, but he does not work here. They have two vehicles and he's gone all the time too. She's a very nice lady. They have a dog. They're quiet as church mice, super nice. Yeah, it's very quiet. The whole neighborhood's super quiet and safe, very safe, very quiet. This whole area. So it's awesome. That's another thing I love about here. I mean, I kind of miss the chickens though. I miss the roosters crowing, and we had that in Oaxaca. So yeah, 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 it's booming. I think Mexico's booming. It really is. You can get a place here for cheaper than that, and bigger in this compound here. It'd be condo living, but they advertise where we are like resort living. They even have it on their brochure and it's resort living, and it is. It's like living on a resort. It really is, with the pool, the big pool, the palapa out there, and then they've got Wi-Fi here at the pool area. The clubhouse, there's a clubhouse. It's really nice. I'm going to do a full video of a walk around here sometime, and because we never really have done that yet, but eventually we will. So we'll wait till the off season, till the people leave. So it's busy right now because there's a lot of people come here because it's high season right now, right? So yeah, it's beautiful here with the pool, the showers, and yeah, gated community. The roads are nice, quiet. It's very quiet, peaceful. Got monkeys living here. We're on the edge of town. There's monkeys that come by the pool once in a while, and there's a family of monkeys live here, and you see wildlife around a little bit, a lot of iguanas and whatnot, because we're right at the edge of the town. So there's jungle all around us. And right now, the snakes are coming out. It's snake season. That was one thing I didn't know. I didn't know there was snake season. I just found that out. Been here 4 years. There's snake season. No one told me that Mexico has a snake season. Who knew there was a snake season? There was a boa. They're doing construction. They're building another big gringo frickin' bravado over here, gated community or something. So they're ripping the jungle apart. And yeah, the snakes are coming out. And there was a boa constrictor in someone's yard here in the Pravada, actually the next block over, because we're like second street from the end. So the next one over, and then it's jungle. So we got that little bit of break, but there's a little bit of jungle on this side between us and the pool, but then it's Pravada, so there's not much. But over the other way, one block over, it's jungle over there. So anyway, the snakes are coming out, and there's been 2 already that have been removed from people's property, big boa constrictors, and there is rattlesnakes here too. But someone posted, "Be careful, it's snake season." So there's Mexicans that live here, right, in this community that we live in. It's not just gringos here. There's Mexicans. My neighbors on this side are Mexican. These people are Mexican. There's Mexicans all around us here. We're not just living in a community of Canadians and Americans. There is a lot of Canadians here, though. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of freaking Canadians here, a lot of French Canadians and a lot of Canadians, and all great people. We love this community. We love it. We love our aqua fitness and whatnot. But anyway, someone said in the group chat that it's snake season. I'm like, snake season? What the hell? I've been here for 4 years. I didn't know there was a snake season. So now I know. I learned something new. It's snake season. Jesus. God help me. Okay. Yeah, well, PV, yeah, they'll have modern homes, yeah, wires underground, yeah, infrastructure. Yeah, it does. It's another area that's been built up, right? So, like that La Plaza in Baja California too, that area too, has been built up. Yeah. People have been flocking to Puerto Vallarta for years, you know. Oh, that's good. That yeah, no seaweed. Yeah, no seaweed. That's right. Yeah, they don't get the sargassum. It's good. The food is still cheap. That's good. Yeah, yeah. It was nice in Bucerias. Like say you get out of Puerto Vallarta. I think just property to buy property and rent is going up there. I don't know. I won't even say rent because I don't know. I haven't really heard too much of rent, but to buy anything there, I heard it's getting quite crazy. I don't know about the rent too much, but I think it's more money than here, and you get more bang for your buck here. Everyone likes their own area, right? We love the Caribbean. Like Christopher, he's never been here. He's only been to the Pacific side. He doesn't even know the Caribbean, you know. So and he loved it over there, right? They refuse your RBC cards at immigration. Really? Hmm. Santander. Yeah, we had an incident with Santander in Oaxaca. We went there to use the bank machine, and it kept Jennifer's card. Took her card and kept it. She had to go and get another one. It was a hassle. So yeah, we tried. We didn't try that. We didn't try to open one there. We tried to open one at Scotia. Is where we went. We went to Scotia Bank because there is a Scotia Bank in Merida. We thought, well, it's Canadian branch. So open a bank. They told us you had to be a permanent resident to open it. I'm like, what? It's Scotia Bank from no, you got to be permanent resident. I was like, really? Okay, whatever. I went back a second time and tried again. Well, maybe try on Tuesday instead of a Wednesday, see if it's any different, right? Because that can happen sometimes in Mexico. One day it's one rule, and the next day it's a different rule. So went back another day, and we were told the same thing. No, you got to be permanent resident. I'm like, okay, whatever. So we went straight from there. There was BBVA convenience, right? The reason we picked BBVA is because they are, Santander is too. They're everywhere. But BBVA, I think, is a little bit more popular, but Santander is everywhere too. But you see the BBVA branches all over Mexico, all over. So that's one of the reasons why we went there. And that branch was close to our house at the time. So that was one of the reasons why we picked that one. So that's it. Let's continue on with the comments. How was the residency process? You guys are permanent. Yeah, we have permanent now. If you're still on, sorry for leaving you behind there. Yeah, so we started off as temporary, and now we have permanent. So we applied in Calgary, Alberta, before we left, and we got approved for temporary. And then we came here, and we had temporary for 4 years, and now it's basically a formality. You fill out more paperwork and pay money and go back in. And if you've been a good boy and girl for that 4 years you've been here, chances are they're going to give you permanent. So that's really all it is. And then we went in and we just got our 4 years, and we're permanent now. We just got our permanent cards a few months ago. So No, Jennifer did it. Jennifer's the brains here. And I don't know what I am. I'm just a laborer. I'm the dishwasher. I'm not a pretty face, so I'm just the dishwasher. So- so I got dishes to do out there. I'm just a dishwasher, a chauffeur. I'm a chauffeur, dishwasher. That's it, and cook. That's it. No, Jennifer did it. Did it all. It's pretty easy, actually. You can change the. Just go to the government website. Get all your information from the government website. Please don't get your information from Facebook, because every state is different, and depending on where you go, and it changes so frequently, the requirements and everything. Go right to the consulate website, whatever country you're applying in, or town, city. Get the information right from the horse's mouth to make sure that it's all accurate. You know. So yeah, we in Canada, obviously, you're dealing with Mexicans that speak English at the consulate. And then the first year when we first got here, we did hire someone. The very first time we did hire someone. The very first time when we because you have to go and go to the consulate here after so many months or whatever it is. I can't remember. It's been so long, but and then after that, then Jennifer just started doing it herself. So you can change on your computer. You can change. You can go to any website and you can change the words to the translation to English or Spanish or whatever language you want it to be, French, Dutch, whatever. You can put it to any language you want. So, but she reads pretty good Spanish. So yeah, we've done everything ourselves. Jennifer did. So pretty much the whole time, except for that one time we first landed when we first got here. Yeah, it was a little bit different in Merida. It was a little bit of a pain in the butt in Merida. It was busy. Merida's a big city. It was okay, but I mean it was we ended up going to Progresso for the second part. So a smaller beach town, was quite easy. And for our RFC number, we actually went to Campeche. She filled out online, like tried to get an appointment, and it was like thousands of people in Merida waiting to get their RFC number right when they come out with that. So we ended up going to Campeche. I read it online. I think I saw it online. Someone said, "Oh, go to Campeche if you need your RFC number." We went there, got it quicker, so she did that. That worked out great. So yeah, I'm glad it's all over with, I'll tell you. And then we just did the address change too, so because we move around right so much, so we didn't change our address other than when we moved here to Quintana Roo. So yeah, so we just did that. Yeah, lots of paperwork. Same all over Mexico. They like their paperwork. Bring triplets and have a backup. Bring 4 copies just in case. Yeah, yeah. A lot of red tape here. Lots. Yeah, that's awesome. I have friends that bought. I don't want to buy. I hate buying. I'm gonna rent. I'm the opposite. I don't want to own a home. I don't want to own anything, because if anything breaks, that means I gotta fix it. And I ain't fixing it. So and I haven't got money to pay someone to fix it. So if something breaks, that means I got to get up there and fix it. No, I'll just rent. If I was 30 or 40, if I was in my 40s, maybe I'd think about buying. But for me, at my age, I'm pushing 60. I want to buy something. We're not wealthy for one thing. So, like I said, if anything breaks, and it's gonna break. Like I've owned a home in Canada. Is whatever you own, it's gonna break eventually. Something's gonna need painting. It's gonna need plumbing. It's gonna need a roof fixed, windows changed, fridges changed. Something's breaking. It's inevitable. Something's going down, and you are responsible as a renter. Hey, I just rent. If I broke it, I'll fix it. But I don't want to be responsible, and I don't want to be up on the roof painting. Lots of painting here. Paint constantly. No thanks. Yeah, or let it peel off, or you have a all stone or tile home or whatever. But regardless, electrical, plumbing, they're still got to deal with all that bull crap. Yeah, no thanks. No. But I have friends that bought and they love it. They're happy. That's great. Not for us though. I'll stick to being a renter. We don't want to commit either. I might have to get out of Dodge right away. I'm going to go to Southeast Asia. I want to be committed. Yeah. Well, there's snakes in Mexico. Big tarantulas too. Yeah, the salt air is a huge thing too. Yeah, the Mexican sun. There's just so many things like the plumbing, like it's everything, right? Like it's not like in Canada where there's a home inspector and went to the house and went, "Oh yeah, this house is up to code. It's good. The electrical's all good. It's been inspected. We're signing off on it." No, there's none of that. So, yeah, no. No thanks. No. But teach their own. Teach their own. I say I got friends that own and they love it. They're my friend in Yucatan. She's got a nice house. Very nice. It's nice. You know, spent money. She's got money. She paid people to fix it up. You know, but say if you got money, it's yeah, it can be okay for sure. Yeah. Well, we like I say, we pay. I'm in a beautiful home for 13.5 pesos. So 13,500 pesos. So it was around $1,000. So we'll just check now quickly with the currency rate. Oh, my stupid phone! It's got this my currency. I use a currency app on my phone, but it's got a. I really like the app because it gives me all the currencies all at once, like all of them for like 3 or 4 currencies all at the same time. But it's got freaking advertisements on it, so that's the only bad part. So yeah, I think if you can afford it and you don't mind having your own home, then that's great. Absolutely great. For me, I just don't want to own anything. We've done that, but everyone's got their own happiness, right? Yeah, I mean, sometimes you think, it'd be great to have a place. Yeah, so it's 1,000 bucks, $760 Canadian, roughly, or US. 760. We pay $760 US for rent, and two bedroom modern home with AC in every room, fiber optic internet, solar panels on the roof, swimming pool, gated community. That's it, and the utilities are cheap. Like our power with the solar has been zero, so it's everything's cheap. So that's another reason why I want to stay here, just because it's affordable. We're paying $1,000 basically Canadian, for a month for rent. So, uh, no, I don't think so. No, no, you don't have to do automatic deposit. No, no. No, you can all just you have to some banks they require to keep a certain amount of money in it. Like I think ours is, but it's pretty low. I think it's like 3,000 pesos or something. So whatever that is, yeah. And there's you have to keep a certain amount in it at all times. I like a couple $100 or something. I think is what ours is. But every bank will be a little bit different. But it's not a huge amount of money, and no, it's for us anyway. It's just you have to have that money in there. It doesn't worry about any automatic deposit or anything. You just have to leave whatever it is. It's either 2 or 3,000 pesos. I know it's not very much. One of the two. I can't remember right off the top of my head, but it's either one of the two. It's not a lot of money. Yeah, you just look after the inside. Yeah, then that's different too, right? Yeah, buying a place in a condo. Yeah, yeah, you cut back on the maintenance for sure. Yeah, if any, depending on what it is, but yeah, definitely will cut back if you have a condo. Definitely cuts back on the maintenance for sure. Yeah. and cheaper too, right? So yeah, nothing wrong with that. Sometimes I think it would be nice. Like when I first moved here, I wanted to buy property. I thought how great it would be to have a piece of land out in the jungle and have chickens and a goat. And, that was my reality when I was first thinking of when we were thinking of moving here, because we took a year process, it was basically a year where we're like, hey, we're going to move to Mexico. And then we're, you know, doing the research and where we're going to go. And, so we kind of we planned it out for a year, what we're going to do. And, what area are we going to go to? The only reason we ended up in the Yucatan is to have friends there. My friend, Caleb, I have a dear friend that went there during COVID and he stayed. They wanted to get dental work done for his wife and they ended up staying. They actually did the program that they had put out for people during COVID there. So they've done away with that. The nationalization program, they've done away with it now. It just ended actually not that long ago. So, but yeah, that's how they got their residency. But that was the only reason we ended up over there because he's like, well, come to Merida. It's nice. They live in Merida. I was like, well, we're kind of beach people. And then I started researching it. I was like, oh, well, Merida looks like a pretty nice city, colonial downtown, and the beach is only half hour away, right? So, but yeah, my initial thought was to buy a small piece of property for cheap and, with a little home on it or something, a little farm, little hobby farm, or, what we call it back home in Canada, but that never happened. So here we are living at the beach. We're beach people. So we do like the beach. We do like the beach. So what's got going on? Me love the beach. Yeah, I love the beach too. We love the beach. We love the beach people. Yeah, it's good. I think we got a good deal here. 1,000%. I think we do. Yep, yep, yep. 1,000. Oh my God, we're going overtime here. We're like an hour and 10 minutes onto our live stream here. Holy, holy! It's past my bedtime. Yeah. So thanks for hopping on, guys. I really appreciate it. And girls, you guys got any more questions? We do this live stream every Wednesday and Sunday night. I do 2 live streams a week, so you're more than welcome to hop on. Normally, I start at 8 p.m. Eastern time, but we were late because of Mandy's call there, the Zoom call. So I was doing that with her. So that was good. I'm glad I hopped on that. We had a lot of fun, made some friends there. I subscribed to that guy's channel, and like I said, when I get off here, I'll drop his channel there, and then Mandy's Facebook page. I'll put in the community page, our YouTube community page. So, and then his channel, I'll drop it in the comments here. So I've got it all here on my phone already. So as long as I remember. Yeah, it's funny, you have these ideas, and that's like that for a lot of people, I think, right? You have this vision in your mind how you think it's going to be when you move to Mexico, right? Oh, I'm gonna have whatever it may be, right? And you just have this vision in your mind, but it's in reality when you get there, and it just doesn't work out that way. I think that happens with a lot of people. So, but that's, it doesn't matter where you're going. If you're moving from here to Bulgaria or from the US to Canada, whatever, you have this vision in your mind how life is going to be for you when you move from one country to another, whichever country that may be, or whichever country you're moving from. But when you get there, it's like, oh, okay, well, this is not what I thought. And I guess that's not going to be feasible or whatever, right? So life is life. So, but it's been good. It's been a good ride. And like I said, we're very happy to be here and happy you guys are here with us. So that's it. That's all, my friends. Buenas noches. God bless everybody out there. Peace on earth. Adios. Hasta luego. Be kind to one another. Please be kind to one another. Please, please, please. And I'll do my best to also be kind. I really, really will. So, adios. God bless. Thanks for hopping on, guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe, please, and thank you.